Karen, this is going to be the first video I send you. This is Maggie, by the way, my dog. She's probably going to be in the video some. Maggie, get down for a second. So how I'm going to set this up is I am going to run through the exercises with you, but I'm not going to do the whole workout. So what I'll have you do is I'll show you the exercise, give you your cues, and then I'll have you pause the video to run through it on your own, and then when you're done with your sets, you'll hit play. I'm going to have you do about 12 to 15 of each of these exercises. So again, I'll show you what to do. You'll do 12 to 15 of them, and then hit play. We'll move on to the next exercise. So starting off, we're going to start off with those arms in like a field goal position, and we're just going to rotate those arms down, rotate those arms up. You can do it freestanding like this if you want, or you can do it with your back against the wall, which is what I would actually prefer you to do, so that you're making sure you're keeping your spine straight, your elbows back, and you're really getting that pure range of motion. So go ahead, 12 to 15 of those, hit pause, and then we'll move on. All right, second exercise is going to be arm extension and flexion up against the wall. So same thing, you can either do it freestanding or against the wall, which is what I prefer. Same field goal position. We're just gonna slide those arms up as high as we can and bring them down. Good. So again, keeping your fingertips trying to graze the wall, keeping your spine super straight and neutral, and just sliding, reaching through those shoulder blades and coming down for me. And I want you to focus on not trying to get your movement through your spine here. Keep your spine neutral, and we want those arms, those shoulder blades to do all that work for me. So again, hit pause, 12 to 15 reps. All right, third exercise here. Sorry, I've got my notes on the floor. We're gonna do those wall slides with like a washcloth or something. So grab a washcloth, or you don't have to since it's your walls. Just standing in front of your wall, sliding that arm up as high as you can. When you get to the top, kind of lean into it a little bit to get this little bit of a stretch, and then coming right back down. Again, we're gonna go 12 to 15 on each side, so go ahead and get started here. And again, as you get to the top, just kind of lean into it a little bit. We'll go 12 to 15 on each side, facing the wall. And then we're also gonna do 12 to 15 facing away from the wall. So same thing, we're gonna slide up, and as we slide up, we're gonna slightly lean into the wall to get that stretch, and then we're gonna slide right back down. Good. So again, hit pause and give me 12 to 15 reps, each arm going straight up and down, and then each arm going to the side, up and down. All right, next exercise. We're gonna have to move to the floor for this one. So I'm gonna have you, this might be tricky with Maggie, but I'm gonna have you on the floor, and I'm gonna have you on your hands and knees, nice flat back. Notice how my back's not dipped and it's not arched. We're nice and flat. We're gonna put a hand behind our head. We're gonna bring this elbow to our opposite elbow, and then come right back up to the ceiling, opening that chest as much as you can. So we're gonna rotate and tap down, and rotate open as much as we can. Again, we're wanting to get this rib cage moving here. So again, go 12 to 15 on one side, and then we'll go 12 to 15 on the opposite side. Really focus on keeping your back straight and really moving from your torso and not letting that shoulder kind of do all the work. We want to get it back and bring it down. Hit pause for me, and then we'll move on to our next exercise. All right, moving on here. We are going to go back to that rotation bit, but we're gonna add a resistance band in with it. So, my band looks a little bit different than yours, but what you have will work perfectly. Essentially, what I want you to do is get to where you can be by a door and either tie yours around the doorknob or tie a little knot. You can kind of see how I have a little knot. Tie a knot in the middle of it and just shut it in the door so that it's locked and you've got a nice sturdy band here. So what you're going to do is shut that resistance band in the door. I want your palm like it's resting on a countertop. We're just going to rotate up and rotate right back down. Now notice how my elbow's not dropping down and it's not lifting up. This arm is staying perfectly flat, and I'm just rotating around it. So again, with your lightest resistance band that you have, rotate down, rotate up, 12 to 15 reps on each side. Hit pause, get going. Perfect. Your next exercise is going to be a median row. So keep that door or that band locked in your door. You're going to step back so your bands are straight and your arms are straight. Tall posture. So again, relax your shoulders down. We don't want shrugged up shoulders. Don't be like a turtle. Drop them down, open your chest, and we're just going to row straight back, really pulling your shoulder blades down your back like you're trying to squeeze an orange, and then reach forward. Exhale, keep your core strong, pull straight back. Inhale, stretching forward. Keep that going. 12 to 15 reps. Hit pause and knock those reps out for me. All right, next exercise. We're staying right here. We're going to change our grip a little bit. So what our median row we just did, our palms were facing each other. This time we're going to turn our palms so they're facing the ground. From here, we're going to row straight back. Again, think about your arms resting across, gliding across the countertop. Again, keep your shoulders down, your shoulder blades pulled back. So we're not rowing like this. We got that tall posture, open that chest. Exhale as you pull back. Again, think about sliding your shoulder blades into your back pocket. Inhale as you stretch forward. 12 to 15 times, go ahead and hit pause. All right, we're gonna move on to a little bit of other stuff here. We're gonna go into your assisted squat. So what you can do for your assisted squat is grab a chair or a countertop, whatever you would prefer. And essentially, if you're gonna use a chair, I would probably prefer a countertop, but just resting your hands on the back of that chair ever so slightly, you're just gonna sit down and back away from the chair or away from the countertop. Let me change this up a little bit. Here we go. So, just like we do when we're holding on at the bar at the gym, we're going to keep our weight in our heels. We're going to lean back and away and stand up tall. So again, the countertop may give you a little bit more stability because I want you to get back into your hips. I want you to get back into your heels as you sit down. So inhale as you go down, exhale as you stand up tall, squeeze those glutes. 12 to 15 reps, hit pause, knock those out, and then come back and hit play and we'll continue on. Perfect. Okay, so our next exercise, we're going to do an assisted push-up. You can do this a couple different ways. You can do it against the wall, or you can do it on the countertop where you just were. If you're going to do it on the wall, just place your hands a little below your shoulders, walk your feet back. We're just going to inhale in towards the wall, exhale, press up. Keeping that core strong, that back nice and neutral. Again, notice how I'm not arching my back or rounding. Everything's moving nice and flat. Exhale, press through your chest. Same thing, if you're doing it on the countertop, you're just going to be a little lower, but it's the same concept. So go ahead and do 12 to 15 reps of those assisted push-ups. All right, moving on here. We're going to go into an assisted lunge. So again, using the countertop or the chair, what I want you to do, and I'm going to adjust my camera angle here a little bit for this. All right, is I want you standing up tall, holding onto something if you need it, and I prefer you to. So I'd prefer you hold onto the countertop. Really reach back long with one leg. Notice I'm not shifting my weight back. I'm keeping my weight over this front leg and whatever I'm holding on to, and I'm just reaching this back leg out. It's not bending, it's just stretched out long. Using this front leg, we're going to exhale and use that leg to lift us up, standing up tall. We're going to do 12 to 15 reps on each side. So inhale, take a big step back, loading this front leg, and then squeeze that glute and stand up tall. Sorry, I'm decapitated on that one. 12 to 15 reps right there. All right, moving on. We're going to do some floor work here. Actually, we're going to almost finish up completely on the floor. So what I'm going to have you do is laying down for me. I'm going to have you, this is where it's going to get fun having a puppy. Maggie, sit, sit. Good girl, stay, stay. So you're going to lay down on the floor. Maggie, sit, sit, lay down. Good girl, stay. Maggie's going to help here. So on your back, your shoulders relaxed, your spine nice and neutral. No, down, stay. We're just going to lift those hips and lower those hips. So keep that going for me. Give me 12 to 15 hip bridges right here, pressing through your heels, squeezing your glutes. Keep your legs parallel, so we're not letting those knees dive in, we're not letting those knees dive out. Maggie, sit. Perfect. Okay, so knock those out, and then we'll move on to our next exercise, which is going to be a single leg lower lift. Maggie, sit. Sit. Lay down. Good girl, stay. So we're going to lay down flat. We're going to bring our legs into tabletop, and we're going to extend one leg straight up. We're going to lower that leg down and lift up. Inhale as we lower, exhale as we lift. So keeping that spine nice and neutral, that back flat. Our hands are going to press into the floor at our side for our stability. If you need to modify it, put your left leg on the ground and just lower and lift with your right leg for 12 to 15 and then switch. All right, next exercise. Again, you're going to stay on your back for me. Your legs are going to be in tabletop, and we're just going to tap one toe to the ground and then the other. So alternating one leg and then the other. Again, if that's too much tension on your back, bring one foot down and just move through that single leg. So tapping down, lifting up, keeping your shoulders nice and loose. We're going to go 12 to 15 on each side. All right, last exercise. Come on, back up. We're going to go back to that countertop. I'm going to use the wall, but I want you to use the countertop or even like a couch or a chair. And I lied. I'm going to use the chair. And I'm going to have you do a plank for me. So with your arms on the plank, the couch, the counter, whatever you can get to, walk those legs back and just hold a nice flat plank for me. So again, we're not hiked up super high. We're not dipping down. Everything's nice and flat. Almost like I put a level on your back. That little bubble would stay right in the middle. Holding right here, I want you to hold that and just count to 30 nice and slow, and that will be your plank. All right, that is your whole first workout. So what I'm going to have you do is repeat that 2 times. So you'll do 12 to 15 of each exercise, go through the whole workout, and then repeat it one more time. And that should put you pretty close to 30 minutes. All right, have a great afternoon. Text me if you have any questions, and I'll walk you through it. Video number 1 done.